In this episode of Inside AFIMSC, AFIMSC supports Lakenheath infrastructure upgrades for the F-35 beddown. The Air Force wraps up the latest phase of Tyndall's demolition, and the Air Force Civil Engineer Center environmental programs are helping endangered species thrive. All this and more in this episode of Inside AFIMSC. AFIMSC Detachment 4 at Ramstein Air Base, Germany, AFCEC's Facility Engineering Directorate and the 48th Fighter Wing have teamed up in the F-35 bed-down effort at Royal Air Force Base Lakenheath, England. The project costs about $269 million, and when complete, it will feature a flight simulator facility, a maintenance unit, new hangars, and storage facilities. RAF Lakenheath is expected to welcome their first F-35 Alpha Lightning II fighters in November 2021. The project is expected to be complete by fall 2023. Last week, the Tyndall Air Force Base Program Management Office wrapped up the 5th of 10 total demolition phases planned for the rebuild of the installation of the future. With 5-phase demo complete, a total of 90 facilities have been demolished, or about 26% of the overall demolition plan. The PMO now moves into Phase 6 and is currently in the contract review phase. Replacement facilities planning and design continues as Tyndall prepares to welcome their first F-35 fighter jet in September 2023. Through a combination of programs and partnerships between AFCEC and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, some endangered species are making a comeback. Air Force installations are home to 123 species on the FWS endangered species list. Habitats range over 9 million acres across 54 installations. For example, on Eglin Air Force Base, Florida, the Okaloosa darter fish, placed on the endangered species list in 1973, resides primarily on one of the Air Force's largest and most active test and training areas. Back in the 70s, sediment from unpaved roads and uncontrolled soil erosion affected darter populations due to impacts on the quality of stream water. Through the relationship between the Air Force and the FWS, Eglin received help to develop an integrated natural resources management plan that ensured the Air Force complies with environmental protection laws during test and training missions. Because of those efforts, the Okaloosa darter was reclassified from endangered to threatened in 2011, making it the first fish to be reclassified on Department of Defense land. The Air Force hopes that the species can be recovered to the point of being delisted in the future. For more on this story, visit our website. And finally, next week we'll bring you news and highlights from the AFWERX Fusion 2020 Base of the Future virtual event. Rebuilding Tyndall is at the heart of this year's event, which includes keynote speakers, panel discussions, workshops, networking opportunities, and more than 300 teams from the public and private sector participating in the Base of the Future showcase. For more on this story, follow the link on the screen. And that's what's happening in this episode of Inside AFIMSC. For more news and information, connect with us on Facebook or go to our website at www.afimsc.af.mil.